good morning, my dear kids. How are you all? Are you all fine? Yes. Are you all ready to listen to today's class? Yes? Okay. So, in our last class, we have started with Unit 4, right? What is the topic of the unit? Zelikana and, Unit 3, right? So, Unit 3, Zelikana and the river goddess. Is it? So, it is a very interesting story, right? Yes? So, did you all enjoy the class? Is or not? Yes? Okay. So, we studied about that prose, yes? And did you all read it? I asked you to read it, right? Have you all read? Yes? Okay. Very good. If not, you read it. Okay. So, today we are going to book back portion, that is our grammar portion. Okay. Are you all ready to listen to grammar? Yes? So, we'll complete the grammar portion today and we'll start with Unit 4. Okay. Yes, you are all ready? Shall we start? Okay. Yes, now you can turn to page number 47. Okay, shall we start? Okay, so we are going to see irregular forms of verb. So before going to study irregular forms of verbs, we have to know about regular forms of verbs, right? Okay, so actually regular forms of verb is also known as weak verbs. Okay, they are weak. Okay, so verbs which form their past tense by adding ed, d or t to the present form is called regular form of verb. For yes, when you are seeing example, you can easily understand. Actually, to form the past tense form of a verb, we actually add ed, right? Sometimes we used to add ed, or else we used to add d, or sometimes we used to add t, right? Okay. So, for example, you can see walk. So, walk is the present form of verb. So, to make the verb walk into a past tense, we usually add ed to it, right? I walk, present tense. I walked, that is past tense. So, we make the past tense by adding ed. Okay. So, then for move, that is we have add d, right? Because already e is there. So, we have add d. And for build, built. Okay, so this is a way of forming a regular form of verbs. But for not all words that we are going to add the same form to form a regular form. That is the past tense form. Okay, so something is different in form for certain words for forming past tense. Okay, past verbs. Okay, so such kind is called irregular verbs. See here, so verbs that form their past tense by changing the vowel in their present form. Okay, so there we used to just add ed, d or t. So by making that, we used to form the past tense form, right? But here actually it is not like that. We don't want to add like this, but there is a change in vowel. So you all know vowels. What are the vowels? Tell me. A, E, I, O, U, right? A, E, I, O, U are called vowels, right? By changing the vowels, some tenses are made. So such form are called irregular forms of verb or strong verbs. What is it? Irregular forms of verb or strong verbs. Okay. Okay. So actually this is of three kinds. So we can see how to make the three types of irregular forms of verb. Okay. Yes, we can see. Now you can turn to next page. So the first form is the past tense is formed by changing a single vowel in the present tense. See here in the present tense, the word begin is there, B-E-G-I-N. So which is the vowel there? I is a vowel. So I is changed to, in past tense, it is written as B-E-G-A-N, began, right? Yes? Okay. A is also a vowel. So I is changed to A, that is past tense. And in began, in past participle we add begun, B-E-G-U-N, right? So vowel form is changed. Okay, past tense is formed by changing a single vowel of the present tense. So from present tense, if you are changing a single vowel, then it is first type. Okay, so there are so many examples. For blow, O is changed to E in the past tense, and in past participle blown. Okay, yes, such form is called. This is the first type, and second type is any two forms are the same. So in the above first type, we have seen three in different, say three are different, right? Three column is there, past tense is different, present tense is different, past participle is different. But in some forms, two forms are same. See here, become is the present tense, became is the past tense, and in past participle become. Okay, two forms are same. Bring, brought. So brought. In two form it is same. Build, built, right? So the two forms are same. So this is second type. So when coming to the next type, we can see both the forms are same. There is no change from the present to the past. So past and present both are same. Okay, see, burst, cast. In all the three there is present tense and past tense. In all tenses, it is same. Okay, so there is no change. For such words, there is no change. So what you have to do is, so there are three columns given, right? Yes or no? 2-3 types. So you have to learn this verbs. Okay, so you should know. If I am saying begin as present tense, then you have to know the past tense and past participle of begin. Okay, so then here are few words. So this 2 pages, there are so many words. You have to study it. Okay, so only then it will be easy for you. So this is your homework. You have to study all the tabular columns. Okay, yes. Okay, so this is about our grammar topic. So not want to go more about it. So there are few exercises, you can do it. Okay, it's a very easy exercises. You can do it. Okay. So now we can move to our next unit, that is the unit number 4. I'm not going to teach everything. We'll be just seeing first few paragraphs. Okay. Yes, now we are going to start with unit 4, that is imprints of artists. Okay, you all know artists, right? Okay, so artist means definitely it is dealing with colors. You all know, right? Yes, you can understand. Okay, so artist, so we can study imprints of artists. First part we are going to study. Okay, yes, now you are 10 years old, right? Yes, okay, so we are going to know about colors. Okay, so artists usually uses colors, and they not only use the colors to decorate their painting, but to express some feelings. They used to show some colors. So colors actually they reflect many things and they have so many meanings. Okay, so for example, but not in every place the feelings is same. Okay, so first just example I am saying. So now for as far as white means, what does it symbolizes? So white symbolizes purity and peace, right? So in our place, what we think is white means what? Yes, purity and peace. Main important thing is peace, right? But when we are going to which area, maybe like Canada, this is Australia, that area, white means it is death. Okay, why? It's because in that area fully there will be snow will be white color, right? There will be heavy snowfall, and during that time sometimes many people die. So that's why for that people's white means death, but for us white means peace. So actually the color, that's just white means color, but it is symbolizing or expressing some feelings and emotions, right? So in artists usually use not only use the colors for just for painting, but they use for some emotions. Okay, so for first one, yes, we are going to see color is light. So Sir Isaac Newton, okay, was one of the first scientists. He was the first scientist to find about some important thing about colors. So around 1671 or 72, he discovered the color origin. Okay, from where does the come? How he found this? He found from the prism. Okay, so here in this picture you can see, right, one small this is what I am going to say. Okay, so one small thing is there. No, so that is a prism, something like a glass piece, it will be there. Okay, so when we show light on this, it will reflect the colors. Okay, so it is split into spectrum. So spectrum means nothing but is the arrangement of colors in natural order, that is in rainbow, like rainbow. Okay, so like that is spectrum. So when we show something, a glass, or that there's a prism there in the light, you can it will be get reflected in so many colors. Okay, Okay, so colors. So he found that colors come from light, and the color is light. Okay, yes. Now we have to see what is spectrum, as I have told you. So spectrum is the arrangement of colors of rainbow in their natural order. Okay, so colors of the rainbow. How comes it's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Okay, so to know in a short form, there is Roy G. BIV, but actually it is given like this, but it's more easy to know it as VIBGYOR, from backwards to front. Okay, VIBGYOR. Okay, this is how when I am a kid I studied it that way, but here it is given in reverse order. You can study both forms, both are easy. Okay, so hue. Next, hue. So hue is any one of the colors of the spectrum. Any one color, then that is called hue. Okay, so hues have a circular order, and in the wheel picture, sir, yes, one wheel picture is given. It has a circular. That is when we can see, right, red and slowly change into another color, and slowly change into another color. So that is changing, right? So that is hue. Okay. Now that the changing is not hue, but hue is only one color. Any one of the colors of the spectrum is hue. So, and hue has a circular order. That is, it changes. Okay, as given in this wheel. So color wheel explains three types of colors. There is primary color, secondary color, and tertiary color. Primary means first one. Okay, so how many types of colors? Primary, secondary, and tertiary. Okay, yes. Now come to next page. Yes, now we are going to study the next page. So how many types? Three types. That is primary, secondary, and tertiary. So primary colors. So primary colors means red, yellow, and blue. Okay, you should know red, yellow, and blue are primary colors. Okay, so these are three basic colors, and they are used to mix all hues. Okay, so these are primary. This is the first form of colors, and only by mixing this other form of colors comes. Okay, so secondary colors. This is primary means actually most important colors. Okay, yes, and the secondary colors means orange, violet, and green. Okay, they are secondary colors, and the secondary colors are formed by when any two primary colors mix together. So when we add any two primary colors together, we get secondary form of colors. Okay, and tertiary colors are formed when primary and secondary colors they mix together, then that forms the tertiary colors. Okay, so the tertiary form of colors is very delicate, that is very pleasant. Okay, so some tertiary colors are, you can see yet here in the round near the three circles are given, right? Here it is given tertiary: yellow orange, red violet, blue green, yellow green. Okay, so these are some colors you can see. So primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. Okay, so as mentioned earlier, I have already told you, right? So they not only use colors to decorate their paintings, but also it represent various things, right? Maybe like emotions and feelings, right? Yes. Okay, so to portray that you are angry, then how which color you will symbolize? Red, right? Yes. To show pure, then we used to use white color, right? Okay, so here we are going to see about what some colors symbolizes. Okay, so first red. So red stands for fire and blood. Okay, so we can know red stands for fire and blood. So it also represents danger. So when it is danger, then we used to show red color, right? So danger, anger, violence, this will come. And also it is associated with the heart. So heart means red color, that means love and passion. This is red also symbolizes this, but in different situations, right? Okay, next is orange color. So orange means it symbolizes creativity, energy, and endurance. So orange actually, this is from where actually why they are saying that is creativity, energy, and endurance means actually the leaves actually in autumn, right? During autumn season the leaves will flow down, right? So actually after flowing the leaves will become orange color and it will fall down, and in the next season it will again grow, right? So orange means, that's why it is called as creativity, energy, and endurance. Okay, so actually in the secondary color, actually by mixing red and yellow we can get orange. Okay, and the next is orange color, yellow color. So yellow is the sun color of the sun, you all know, right? Yellow color, sun. So actually sun and star, they are giving life to the earth. Yes or no? Yes, right? So actually that means it is giving life. So it represents life. Yellow color means it represents life, energy, happiness, hope and wisdom. Okay? Yes or no? Have you understood what I'm saying? You can understand? Okay. And next, green. So green means you all know, right? Prosperity. Yes? So whenever it is, what say, in Tamil we used to say, right? Chelippu, right? We used to use green color, right? So green is a color of plant kingdom. You all know, right? Green is a color of a plant kingdom and it's a color of the nature. So this, what does this symbolizes is it gives importance to health and growth. So if it is healthy and growth, then we used to symbolize green color. And next, blue. So blue means sky is blue, ocean is blue. Yes. So it is very coolest and most calming of all colors. Okay, it is given like that. So coolest color means it is blue. Okay, so it's a color of the sky. So it represents heavenly blessings and universe. Okay, so blue actually is a color of the sky. So it represents heavenly blessings, the blessings we get from heaven, godly blessing. Okay, and then next it represents ocean also. So ocean means it symbolizes freshness, purity and hygiene. Okay, okay. So next, brown color. So brown means it's a color of the earth. So sand and everything is in brown color, wood is in brown color, rocks, mountains, okay, somewhat related to brown. So this signifies humility. Okay, what does this symbolizes? Humility. So humility means nothing but humbleness. Okay, being so humble and polite. Okay, okay. And black symbolizes evil. So whenever it is dark, we fear, right? So black symbolizes evil, fear, mourning. Okay, yes. So in death houses, when there is a death house, in the areas you can see, right, in post and all, there will be black color flag, right? Okay, so mourning. Okay, mourning. Mourning means crying for someone. Okay, yes. And black is also called a mystic black, since the color of the magical world of dark skies. Okay, so sometimes it is called as mystic black, sometimes black skies, right? You can see somewhat mystic, right? Okay, and white represent light and it is used to promote peace, purity, as I already told you, peace, right? Purity and goodness. Okay, so white symbolizes this. So actually we have studied about colors, right? So I think you have understood. And if you have any doubt, you can contact me. Okay, dear kids? Anyway, I think you have understood. So remaining part we can see in our next class. Okay, students? Thank you. Bye bye. We shall meet on our next class. Okay?